Which is the best attack submarine in the world? Which is the greatest and deadliest modern attack submarine and why? Our top 10 analysis is based on the combined scores of offensive weapons, stealthiness, and some other features. The main mission of this type of boat is to engage hostile submarines and ships. It must have good sonar in order to detect enemy submarines. Also, it's extremely important for these boats to approach enemy boats and warships undetected. After engagement, it's even more important to leave the area undetected by hostile anti-submarine ships and maritime patrol aircraft. Some of the latest attack submarines can launch cruise missiles against ships and land targets. Also, stealthiness and armament are main factors deciding which attack submarine is the best. This list only includes nuclear-powered attack submarines that are currently in service around the world. Boats that are still being developed or under construction are not present here. SEAWOLF class, USA. The boats of the SEAWOLF class are the most advanced, but also most expensive hunter-killer submarines in the world. These submarines are intended to restore the technological edge which the US Navy had enjoyed over the Soviets from 1945, when the espionage and cynical trading practices of some US allies somewhat eroded it. The SEAWOLF class boats were intended to seek and destroy the latest Soviet ballistic missile submarines, such as the Typhoon class, and the latest attack submarines such as the AKULA class. The SEAWOLF class submarines are arguably the quietest submarines in the world, or ever constructed for that matter. It is exceptionally quiet even at high speeds. Most submarines need to keep their speed down a little as 5 knots, to avoid detection by passive sonar arrays. While the SEAWOLF class are credited with being able to cruise at 20 knots and still be impossible to locate. A SEAWOLF at 25 knots makes less noise than the older Los Angeles class submarine tied up alongside the pier. Virginia class, USA. The US Navy's Virginia class nuclear-powered attack submarines are successors to the Los Angeles class boats. The Virginia class was designed as a smaller, less expensive, and more versatile alternative to the advanced but extremely expensive SEAWOLF class. A total of 30 Virginia-class nuclear-powered attack submarines were planned. The Virginia-class submarines incorporate newly designed anechoic coating, isolated deck structures, and new design of propulsor to achieve low acoustic signature. It is claimed that the noise level of the Virginia is equal to that of the SEAWOLF. The Virginia-class submarines are fitted with 12 vertical launch systems, VLS, tubes. These are used to launch Tomahawk land attack cruise missiles with a range of 1,700 kilometers. Also, there are 4 533mm torpedo tubes. These are used to fire a total of 26 Mk-48 heavyweight torpedoes and sub-harpoon anti-ship missiles. These boats can be used for special operations. It is the first US submarine to employ built-in Navy SEAL staging area, allowing a team of 9 men to enter and leave the submarine. ASTUTE class, United Kingdom. The first ASTUTE class nuclear-powered attack submarine was commissioned with the Royal Navy in 2010. So far, 7 boats of the class are planned. These will replace the older Swiftsure class attack submarines. The ASTUTE class boats are significantly stealthier and carry more weapons than the previous boats of Trafalgar class. GRANEY class, Russia. The Project 885 Yasen, Western designation GRANEY class, is the latest Russian nuclear-powered attack submarine. The lead boat, Severodvinsk, was laid down in 1993. However, construction was stopped due to funding problems. This boat was commissioned with the Russian Navy only in 2013. The second boat of the class was built to improve the project. Currently, at least 6 of these boats are planned to be commissioned. These will replace the older AKULA class submarines. Despite all improvements, the GRANEY class boats are only slightly quieter than the improved AKULA class boats. The Severodvinsk has 24 vertical launch tubes for various cruise missiles. These include the P-800 Onyx, Western designation SSN-26, which has a range of about 300 kilometers. Also, there are 8 650mm torpedo tubes. These can launch torpedoes and anti-ship missiles. It was reported that a mix of 30 torpedoes and anti-ship missiles are carried. Sierra II class, Russia. The Russian expensive Sierra I class boats succeeded the ill-fated Alpha class. Soon, the even more capable Sierra II class boats were commissioned. The lead Sierra II class boats were commissioned in 1990, and the second boat of its class followed in 1993. Only 2 Sierra II class boats were ever commissioned due to the extremely high price. The third boat was laid down, but never commissioned, and eventually scrapped. The Russian Navy maintains these advanced submarines despite their high operating costs. These boats have 2 light and strong titanium hulls. Soviet titanium technology was far in advance of the West, requiring fewer passes to achieve a successful weld. But the cost of the hulls limited the number built, despite advantages in depth and underwater speed. These submarines can operate at great depths. Their operational depth is 520 meters. Improved Los Angeles class, USA. The US Navy currently operates around 40 older Los Angeles class submarines alongside the newer SEAWOLF and Virginia class boats. These submarines proved to be an exceptionally good anti-submarine platform. The first boat of the improved Los Angeles class was commissioned back in 1988. Improved submarines are much quieter than the original Los Angeles class boats. It is described that the improved Los Angeles class boats are 7 times quieter than the original Los Angeles class boats. This class features a very potent weapon array, including Mk-48 torpedoes, sub-harpoon anti-ship missiles, and Tomahawk land attack cruise missiles. The Tomahawk missile can be launched from a dedicated vertical launch system or from torpedo tubes. These boats can operate under ice, where Russian ballistic missile submarines tend to hide. AKULA class, Russia. In the late 1980s, Soviet Union launched a number of AKULA class boats. This class marked a significant improvement in Soviet submarine design, as it was far quieter than the previous Soviet nuclear-powered attack boats. Furthermore, the AKULA class was far quieter than Western countries expected. The use of commercially available Western technology to reduce noise level played an important role in this eroding a long-held NATO advantage in the underwater Cold War. Improved AKULA II class boats became the first Soviet submarines that were actually quieter than the latest US attack submarines of the time, notably the improved Los Angeles class boats. Sensors were also much improved compared with the previous Soviet attack submarines. These boats have 4 650mm torpedo tubes and 4 533mm tubes. Up to 40 torpedoes and missiles can be carried. Today, AKULA class boats make up about half of Russia's dwindling fleet of nuclear-powered attack submarines. SORYU class, Japan. The first SORYU class boats were commissioned with the Japanese Maritime Self-Defense Forces in 2009. Unlike other nuclear-powered boats on this list, the SORYU class submarines have diesel-electric propulsion. These boats are fitted with air-independent propulsion systems that allow them to stay submerged for longer periods without surfacing to charge the batteries. submerged endurance is increased from days to weeks. Japan is the only country to use this class of boat, as other diesel-electric submarines are intended for coastal and patrol operations. Air-independent propulsion systems of the SORYU class enhance stealth and operational capabilities of these boats. However, these submarines lack range and endurance of nuclear-powered attack submarines. Another drawback of these Japanese boats is that they do not have a vertical launch system for anti-ship and land attack missiles. Their armament is limited to torpedoes and sub-harpoon anti-ship missiles. These are launched via torpedo tubes. Ohio class, USA. The Ohio-class submarines were originally designed to carry international ballistic missiles and are classified as SSBNs. However, between 2002 and 2008, the US Navy converted 4 of its oldest Ohio-class submarines to cruise missile carriers, SSGNs. Essentially, its ballistic missiles were replaced by cruise missiles. Conversion of the first boat was completed in 2006. The Ohio, Michigan, Florida, and Georgia were converted to guided missile submarines by replacing their Trident II intercontinental ballistic missiles with 7 smaller Tomahawk cruise missiles. Each converted SSGN is capable of carrying 154 Tomahawk cruise missiles. Such amount of cruise missiles is typically deployed in a surface battle group. Also, these boats have 4 533mm torpedo tubes for Mk-48 torpedoes. Converted Ohio-class submarines also have lockout chambers that can transport Special Forces personnel. Oscar II class, Russia. The Project 949A anti-boats, commonly known in the West as Oscar II class, are the Soviet-Russian nuclear-powered cruise missile submarines. These are the 3rd largest submarines ever built in terms of displacement and length. Only the Soviet Typhoon class and American Ohio class boats are larger. Also originally, these were the largest attack submarines ever constructed. Currently, these are among the most capable Russian submarines. Originally, it was planned that 19 of these boats will be built. However, only 11 boats were eventually completed. Currently, 4 boats of this class remain active in service with the Russian Navy. By modern standards, these boats are far from being stealthy. However, these Russian submarines pack a formidable punch. Soviet designed these giant cruise missile boats to attack US aircraft carrier battle groups and coastal installations. The Oscar II class SSGNs are armed with 24 P-700 Granite supersonic missiles with a range of 550 kilometers. These submarines are also fitted with 2 650mm and 4 533mm torpedo tubes, capable of launching both torpedoes and anti-ship missiles. These include the SSN-16 Stallion anti-ship missiles, with a range of 50 kilometers. We hope you liked the video, and we want to know which was your favorite. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and hit the subscribe button with the bell down below if you want to make sure you never miss out on important new information like this.